Okay, we are gonna go into our round number 2 broadcast between Deadtrooper as well as eXoSkeletor. So you guys should be watching on the thingy already. We are gonna get 2 maps. We will see Bloody Ridge as well as La Mancha for this one, as well as whatever that third map is gonna be if it actually happens. And let's get on, let's get it done. Let's just go straight into the action. Is it time though? We're gonna be setting things up, but in PvP again. So we're doing this for a little bit of preview. And why do you guys want to do a all cast so badly? What's up? What is up, friendos? Hello, guys.
It's,
Come on.
it's a
What?
PvP.
No, no, no.
Well,
Like, I'm asking you, why do you guys want to do a all cast so badly? We're just chilling here, and we're just looking to enjoy. I haven't had dinner. I barely had a meal, honestly, all day. But hey,
yeah.
it is what it is, and we are gonna be getting into this one. Just making sure that everything is fine and dandy on the side. And we're just doing this so we can really buy some time and just do something a little more worth the tournament's time in the first place. But hey, let's get into the action. Let's get underway into this this PvP. Gonna be an interesting one as we move on into Bloody Ridge. So welcome guys, and a quick little disclaimer again, this is not the grand finals as of yet. We are waiting for game number 1 to finish, and in the meantime, might as well cast a few of the other rounds we weren't able to tackle. So we are going to be debuting 2 different players this time, and it is on the top right. Take it away, Mr. PandaUser and XtinC. Someone intro each of the players.
Oh yeah, here we go. Here in the 1 o'clock position as the red Protoss, he is eXoSkeletor!
Dun, 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 dun.
And on the bottom left, our gray Protoss, Deadtrooper.
Dun, 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 dun.
Great production value, guys. But hey, we are gonna be looking to just enjoy our time here in the PvP. We already see the pylons looking to come on up. And well, eXoSkeletor and Deadtrooper. If I remember correctly, Deadtrooper is one of the participants from the quarantine side, so making a transition or still also playing SC1 alongside SC2. In the meantime, eXoSkeletor, maybe you XtinC as a former member of the the EXO clan. What do you got, Mr. Skeletor? What's the story on this guy?
Yeah, Skeletor is a more of a veteran player. He's been playing for a long time. And we also played StarCraft 2, but mostly StarCraft 1.
Exactly. And thank you guys for your patience. And we do, since we had those tournament issues coming on with the relays, well, we'll just do something else in the meantime. Learning is key, and apparently, you know, people just having a few different views here and there, and it goes to show, you know, you can't please everyone, but hey, it is what it is, and sometimes just gonna be firm about a few things here and there. eXoSkeletor, though, gonna be setting up that gateway on the other side of the coin. It's another gateway here for Deadtrooper, already assimilators up on top. And why is it so important to get early assimilators? But I feel like Deadtrooper a little too ambitious with is that a 9? It's a 9 assimilator? That's ridiculously early for our Grey Protoss.
I think the best one to answer that is Panda, since he's a Protoss player.
Because they don't want to get cheese, that's why.
I mean, it's ridiculous though. What's a 9 assimilator all about? I think that's way too early. Unless you wanna get something else done. Deadtrooper might be banking on a few more. It's too much gas right now, honestly, when he does need it for more minerals to keep up in production, as these buildings as well as those units going to be costing a lot more than any kind of gas would ever.
Listen. As a Protoss player, you don't want to have your gas stolen in a PvP. Trust me on this.
That's true. That's
That's why it's so early.
And we are having an English Filipino broadcast, but honestly 95% English. We're just waiting on for the grand finals right now to get our first game going. But in the meantime, it is going to be a scout here for eXoSkeletor, getting all the information, but he does know he is a little more refined on the times. eXoSkeletor noticing the mineral count, the worker count at the same time. He's going to go for a cyber core as well, and Deadtrooper looking to wait on and build a Dragoon in the first place. But immediately, so eXoSkeletor is feeling very confident. He knows that his opponent isn't going to be going for any real aggression anytime soon with a slower approach, and he does have that Zealot already into the backline. So forcing the probe pull, Deadtrooper is desperate to get that Dragoon, and this has to be properly microed, or honestly, the Zealot can actually get the takedown there.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's what's up.
Where's Miguel? I'm not hearing Miguel.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just giving space for you guys. But anyways, I think he pulled all his probes. Sometimes it's best if you leave like three probes or two.
In the meantime, guys, we are still waiting on for our grand finals between Artanis TC and eXoBlazer, so we're looking to play into a few of the older ones instead. We had a number of really good games so far, guys. And what has been your favorite all throughout all our broadcasts?
Blazer.
Versus
I'm going for Cruel.
Cruel vs Blazer, yeah. That's best series so far.
Yeah, it's been absolutely a pleasure. And hey, at least we have time to check out the other rounds along the way. Is Artanet still playing? Did Artanet play, guys? I don't remember anyway. I don't know, because his name is not on the channel launch itself, but he's been. I know he joined. He's in the channel and everything. So yeah, maybe just maybe. I might be wrong though on the name, so just please I'm sorry, apologies on that. But the Dragoon's gonna be into pairs into the front, and immediately in the observatory here for eXoSkeletor. Is he expecting Dark Templar or something from his opponents?
He's afraid of Dark Templar.
At least
Nice.
he gets scouts.
yeah. I have a question for Daks and Panda. Actually, both of you. You never played Broodband before. You just played it for a few days. How does it feel to split your probes on the start?
Oh, me? I've played Broodbar a bunch, dude. Like, I played it a bunch of time. I played campaign mostly though, but it really is the things you have to realize immediately is you rally point your probes to a mineral line and they do nothing. They do nothing. They just stand there and look pretty. That's pretty much all they do.
It sucked, man. It sucked.
It really feels like it's a test of time, and it's a product of its time, how archaic some of the few things feel, but it also has the solid gameplay loop that it's basically timeless, that even in this day and age we see many people participating. We have 20 of those guys hopping on, and it's been an amazing session so far, more or less. With that, it has been gone on track for most of it, then it suddenly went off the rails, and hey, things happen like that, and we hope that it is going to be a lot better in the future. But growing pains are abound, the first edition yet again, and we do see the probes right now going for the gas in the first place. Will be another probe here onto the western side. Pylon will be set, and it seems like eXoSkeletor is just making sure that his whole base is covered in vision, so he doesn't really get surprised by anything Deadtrooper has to offer. But this observer is literally chilling like a villain, seeing everything that's going on, and we are gonna see Dark Templar. Seems like Skeletor having the right to read early on into this game.
Yeah, good choice by Observer there.
It's like, okay, cool. The server is fine and dandy, and in this round 2 game, we're still seeing on what is gonna be up with our two players, as the Dark Templar now coming on to the outskirts. A lot of the Dragoons still here for Skeletor, and it does feel like Skeletor has a pretty commanding lead, honestly. They just need to be careful to get stricken from the shadows, basically, by those Warp Blades to begin with.
Yeah, but however, Skeletor has observers, so these DTs are useless now.
Yeah,
Yeah, for the time being, Dark Templar now gonna be pushing on out. There you go with the damage. Easy kill immediately onto the DT, and there's no way that Trooper can't come out of this one unscathed, because these Dragoons having that range, giving chase, really edging onto the gap, and it's gonna be time for a few more Phase Disruptor hits, looking for the damage that needs to be done. eXoSkeletor with the push, and it's a combo line of red coming into the middle of the map, guys.
They need to blink. They need to research blink right away.
There's no blink here, SA.
And where's the Warp Prism? He needs the Warp Prism.
No
Wrong
Warp
game,
Prism.
brother.
Not that kind of game, guys. The Dark Templar right now with a little bit of a strike there. It just happens from time to time. So though, here comes the push, the probe. Want to go for a natural, but eXoSkeletor is like, hello, sir. I am here, and I'm gonna kill you. Right here, right now. No holding back. No way out. And these Dragoons are just way too many. It really feels like Deadtrooper A little later on the trigger finger, and a little later on those builds really costing him. Observer though will get caught, and now the Dark Templar! It's time for him to strike in the shadows! No detection whatsoever. DT though, DT is not going for the attack. He's shy, guys. He's shy, doesn't want to touch the Dragoons. Now the Observer is there, gets the sidelines on, and this is looking to be a pretty much good night to pull for Deadtrooper eXoSkeletor with a proper push. And it really goes to show that if you understand the builds a lot better, it makes a big difference. eXoSkeletor quickly getting the push, quickly massing up on those Dragoons, and well done to Skeletor, but a commendable effort there from Deadtrooper to try and win things out with a DT. There you go, round number 1.
Yeah. I wouldn't make DTs against Protoss, no?
I mean, no, it's okay. I think DT is okay.
Every
against
reason
Protoss.
to make
Actually,
them.
DTs are very good.
DTs against Protoss is amazing, honestly.
Yes.
Now, the only reason, DTs are just really good in general, honestly. You don't need to build a Dark Shrine for them. You don't need to, basically, you don't need to bother around a lot of things. And if you're playing against Zerg, you play Corsairs so you can snipe the Overlords and Disruption Weapon along the way. If you're playing against Terran, well, you snipe the missile turrets, and if they build Science Vessels, that's when you're like, okay, fuck, I'm out, peace. But against Protoss, it's like, this guy doesn't have a Robo, this guy doesn't have a Forge. Time to win! Time to win for free. That's
I
pretty
feel
much
like if Daks is a unit, a StarCraft unit, he would be a Dark Templar.
Why
He's
the
a
fuck?
very-
Why the fuck would I be an edgelord? What? What?
But I'm a big fan of Dark Templar. Every time I watch him cast, or hear him cast, if he sees a Dark Shrine or Dark Templar, he just went crazy.
Oh, I love the Dark Templar, dude. I love the Dark Shrine, honestly. I love DT. It's cute. I like Dark Archons kasi. That's the thing. I love Dark Archons. They're one of my favorite units also, alongside basically the other things I mentioned earlier on. And it's really, really cool how their abilities work. Mind control is a big yoink and a half there. But we are going to be getting into game number 2, and that's La Mancha next on the list. Hey, look, if we're more chill about things, apparently we can just literally breeze through these games, honestly. Who needs production value when just going straight into the matchup? And here we go, that's the show. Let's get into game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Our second game between eXoSkeletor as well as Deadtrooper, with Skeletor one map ahead.
Take it away, boys.
Let's go,
Let's
boys.
go. So here in the, what's this, 11 o'clock position, the upper left,
The upper
it's
left.
our white Protoss Deadtrooper.
It's gray.
It's gray. Oh god.
It's gray. It's gray.
It's okay. And here on the bottom left side, our red Protoss up by 1 map. Can he continue the streak? It's EXO.
I mean, spoilers, if you look at the bracket, this is an old round already. If you guys, it's an old round already, Mr. Panda. But
Yeah,
again,
but keep it.
okay. I totally don't know what's gonna happen into this one. But again, like we mentioned before, Deadtrooper, one of our players from the SC2 side, hopping on into SC1 as well, and it does go. He has a little bit of inexperience into the game. I'm not sure. It feels like he has a little more slower on the build orders and the like compared to his opponent eXoSkeletor. He's really a veteran of the scene. But hey, welcoming new faces into the Broodbar community is always the best things to really grow things as much as possible, and it makes me happy to see people from StarCraft 2 actually hop into StarCraft 1 and vice versa. It really is interesting because we host both SC2 as well as this is our first time hosting SC1, and just having that Venn diagram of people coming together, it really makes a big difference. But for Deadtrooper, he's lagging behind very heavily already in terms of probes. So you think 4 doesn't matter, but it really does at the early part of the map because he does go for a Forge Fast Expand with not many probes really getting that Nexus point up and running. On the other side, it's eXoSkeletor going for the gate 1 gate first with the Assimilator. And honestly, here for Deadtrooper, if he does get exposed, which he is by the red probe, to not really be building anything else, well, this can just be eXoSkeletor looking to walk on in and waltz over the corpse of his opponents. So anyway, guys,
like
what you got?
A Forge opener versus in a PvP. kind of
Forge-
iffy. I don't
No,
know how it will work.
Forge Tries to Expand works if you do have the proper economy against
I
it.
think it's
And in
supposed
a
to
way.
be Cannon Rush.
Yeah, it can Cannon Rush. But I know for a fact FFE is more commonly played, of course, against PvZ. In PvP, you really need those gateways because they have
Yeah.
so much utility with the Zealot and the Dragoon being such strong units to really go all the way to the late game. It's ridiculous, honestly, that the most basic units on the Protoss side, you can really go for that, something like that. And oh, that's a rookie mistake, sir. You don't do this.
Oh no.
Oh no, the Deadtrooper, you can really see he is trying to learn. If I remember correctly, he's part of the Gold to Diamond bracket, and I really appreciate people who are on the newer end joining tournaments because they can really learn from the best of the best, and that's why I keep people saying that you join customs, join scrims, join pugs, that kind of thing. Because when you play with people out of your skill level, you will really learn how far the skill gap sometimes is, and then you can adjust from there and really get better into the future. You have a benchmark and you have something to work on, but now the photon cannon is in the way of any probes, and apparently it's the cyber core that needs protecting instead of the cannon.
Whoa, whoa. What universe is this, bro?
Yes, Forge Fast Expand against a Protoss. Again, the gateways are a lot more important. Even when you go Nexus first against Protoss, you usually get a gateway instead to protect and just micro with the probes along the way. But here comes the Singularity Charge for eXoSkeletor. He knows there's a wall in front of him, and all he needs to do is honestly play on the side that he's not gonna get poked by that cannon. And exactly that, Skeletor already onto the Forge, and it's just free hits for days because there is no Dragoons yet here for Deadtrooper. Cybernetic Score gonna be there. eXoSkeletor having a pretty good advantage, and honestly, this is just a road to the Verbidia situation where eventually this will fall down. Photon Cannon now in behind, 1-2 more, and I guess this works for the time being. This might push eXoSkeletor back because these cannons are going to be in range for the time being.
Yeah, this is a very risky move because you put your tech, which is your cyber core, up in front, and then also you put your forge in front as well. So it will be a big loss later as soon as he attacks and destroys all these buildings.
Yeah, exactly. He needs to protect his wall for his life, or his life is eventually forfeit. And he does go for the cannons in behind. This does secure Deadtrooper a potential natural, but for Skeletor, all he needs to do now is build up everywhere else on the map, and he can have a great time into this game. The Dragoon's still putting in the pressure, and I like how Skeletor is still respecting his opponent and also making sure that he applies pressure in the first place, because if he just hangs back, he might get surprised with what Deadtrooper has. If he keeps hammering away on these buildings, well, Deadtrooper needs to keep on rebuilding. But a Stargate here and now really goes to show that this is, this is someone who is looking to learn the ropes in Brood War, because an early Stargate against Protoss is not how you do it in Brood War, guys.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get scouts?
Scouts? Who plays scouts? No one plays scouts.
True.
Who the fuck plays scouts? I tried playing scouts. I tried to harass him in the line with scouts. It never worked. It never works. But anyway, this is just Skeletor literally walking on the corpse of Deadtrooper by this point. It's funny. I picked the names because one was dead and one was a skeleton. I was like, hey, those are nice names together. And right now, it's all about Deadtrooper trying to micro his macro, but these are buildings that never gonna come on that, and that is just GG right there. It's okay. It's okay. No GG. Again, we said before that maybe the GG shows up like in the wrong chat. I can't figure out honestly how to chat to people in lobby, so I had to like whisper everyone in the first place. But there you go. That's a victory there, and that is how, ladies and gentlemen, I Met Your Mother. Oh no, but that is how eXoSkeletor moved on to round number 3, but unfortunately lost to Naj there. So yeah, that's the show, and we are just waiting on to the first map. It's still not done. Oh, we got through a whole match, guys. And
we got a series, guys. It's a final.
Yeah, our boys, Artsanis and Mr. Blazer are still not done. And hey, at least we're done with that one. And we'll be right back in like 10 seconds or so. I can cut the bond, basically. Shut up, guys, okay? Shh. Let me cut the bond properly.